Hey everybody, Austin here, and 2017 marks the 30th anniversary of the Super Mario franchise. Now, I know I'm a little bit late on celebrating this, but So I thought to myself, I've always wanted to make a Mario Bros. Game review, and he turns the ripe old age of 30, so that means he'll start acting like a hip dad around his kids, so why not make a review about him? I don't know, seems better than later.
Super Mario. Mario Bros. Mario. Everyone's favorite plumber. Oh, excuse me, I just got handed a note. Hold on. What? You mean he's not a plumber? Okay, thank you.
Excuse me for a moment.
But yeah, with that, news out of the way, Mario, created in 1981 by Shigeru Miyamoto for the 1981 arcade game Donkey Kong, where back then Mario wasn't called Mario, he was called Jumpman. Yeah, even though he couldn't fall like 2 inches without dying! Anyways, the story of Super Mario Bros. Is that King Koopa, aka Bowser, comes to the Mushroom Kingdom and turns all the Mushroom Kingdom residents into bricks with his black magic, and kidnaps Princess Toadstool, aka Peach. And it's up to Mario to save the princess and return the Mushroom Kingdom back to normal.
So yeah, a pretty simple story for the first game in the series, but this would actually become a Mario Bros. Series tradition, because it's used so many other times in other Mario games. But with Mario Odyssey and Mario Galaxy being the most different in terms of stories with characters and whatnot.
Fun little fact, during the writing of the script, I actually wanted to look for some commercials for the first Super Mario Bros. Game, more specifically, the weird ones. But surprisingly, I didn't find any. I thought I would at least find one, but no. And funny to consider that they gave us this commercial. The music was composed by Koji Kondo, who made the most memorable piece of music in gaming history. You may or may not know it, but it goes a little something like this. The enemies in Super Mario have quite the diversity, from little walking turds, also known as Goombas, Koopa Troopas who do about as much as Goombas except when you jump on their backs. They go back into their shells and you can use them as projectiles. They can help you and turn on you. Bullet Bills who are launched out of cannons, Bloopers that are just white squids, Lakitus that drop spinies, Piranha Plants that pop out of the warp pipes, and next, we have the Hammer Brothers. Oh, the Hammer Brother. I hate the Hammer Brothers so much! They jump up and down from platform to platform while chucking their hammers at you, and trying to jump on their heads makes it difficult because the hammers are being chucked at you like full force. It's so annoying, and sometimes their placement is just dumb. At least they're not as bad as the ones in Super Mario Bros. Lost Levels. In that game, they walk towards you. Now, the graphics aren't all too bad for early NES standards, of course, and like all other games, the graphics got better as time went on, with Mario 3 being the best in terms of graphics on the NES. That's just in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, it's easy to tell who's who. Except when you're playing as Luigi and you get the Fire Flower, then you just look like Mario with the Fire Flower power-up. The difficulty of the first Super Mario Bros. Game isn't like game-breaking frustrating, but sometimes it's... By no means does it mean the game is bad, it's just at some instances, it might be a little frustrating. But I did die a lot in my playthrough because of the controls being sort of stiff. The boss fights aren't really anything special. You reach the end of the world, you come across Bowser, thinking, oh wow, this game must be short. Then to defeat him and go into the next screen and see the worst thing ever to be created, Toad. To be sitting there like he lost his brain to only say, sorry Mario, but the princess is in another castle. Screw you, Toad! But to be honest, that isn't the real Bowser in the first place. That's just one of the enemies in disguise as him. But when you get the real Bowser, he doesn't do anything different from the quote-unquote fake Bowsers. But after all that, it's still so satisfying to beat his pokey butt and go on to the next screen and see the actual princess standing there. Taller than you, like holy crap, dude. After beating the game, you get a level select and a second quest, which basically what the second quest does is just replaces some of the normal enemies with Buzzy Beetles.
The original Super Mario Bros. Is still a great game to this day. Now, would I recommend completing it? It very much depends. To newcomers to the Mario series who started off with something like New Super Mario Bros. U or even New Super Mario Bros. Wii, I wouldn't recommend it. Unless you want to go and be a hardcore Mario fan with no saves, no continue feature, and a slightly harder difficulty. Then yeah, go for it. I recommend this game for you. But unless you only want to stick to something like, that's backwards, these two games, no. Not to say that the first original Super Mario Bros. Game is that long of a game. I completed it in about an hour, you know, an hour 30 or so, but it's actually completable in less than that time, you know, with all the warp pipes and shortcuts and etc., you know. But this game is actually very much available to today, you know, from the Wii, the original Wii eShop, or Wii Shop channel, to the Wii U, the 3DS, and, you know, hopefully the Nintendo Switch eShop, you know, huh? Come on, Nintendo. Where are you on those good old original Nintendo Virtual Console Nintendo game classics? Huh? Aw.